Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 4 of my, okay, you need to not be here, you need to be coming up here, my FOP campaign here in Hearts of Iron 4, Moereich. So, full disclosure, I did tag switch over to the, to Argentina, just to look, to see if I was correct, and in fact I am. They don't have anything on the northern border, they're just dealing with me, which means the Chileans are being idiots right now and not pushing. God, it's rough depending on the AI, let me tell you. But we'll get there, we'll get there. Okay, let's come over here if we can. We're about to be able to get an encirclement though, that's what matters, right here. Right here, and then we swing north. See, they're going to take San Luis back, we don't care. We do not give a shit. We're gonna lose that division. Okay, we got 2 divisions attacking here. We don't need to be doing that. We should never have 2 divisions in the same spot at once. What is this? Communists propose the installment of political commissars for all regiments. After a few episodes of small-scale desertions, the communist faction has proposed to introduce political commissars to the front lines for all units. These officers, elected amongst a list of party members party officials for each. I've been stumbling all day today. Party officials for each battalion will be in charge of making sure no soldiers are harboring hidden sympathies for the reactionaries. While the communists have been using these methods since before the war even began, this has caused friction with the other factions. With tensions running high, some believe this is a way for the communists to start purging the opposition before taking over. Then again, with desertion of conscripted locals becoming ever more normal, maybe this proposal would be handy to ensure the loyalty of our troops. So, here we go. Random number generation. Whoops, I accidentally did it out of 32. I was trying to switch the 3 to a 2. And the winner is number 2. Refuse the proposal, this can only end badly. Oh my god, minus 50 political power. Oh, I hate it. Well, say goodbye to getting attaches. Screw it, let's build something. Mandatory militia training. Most of this stuff we can't even do if we own Buenos Aires, which I hope to do at some point. Chilean military aid, maybe, or should I go ahead and get us started on the Navy? We're just, actually, land doctrine is good to have at some point or the other. So tell you what, here's what we'll just do. We're going to come over here. We're going to grab Grand Battle Plan after all. So then now at least we'll get that land doctrine bonus, research bonus on something better. You know, France, whenever you want to get your tanks on the front lines, that would be great. Okay, unlike these Chileans, they're just standing there. Come on, guys. Get your heads in the game. Okay, this guy's we're gonna get cut off here. Stop it. Pin him down. Okay, maybe this Chilean guy, can you come fill this in? Okay, this is great. Good. We got the tank division and an infantry division here surrounded. Very happy with that. Oh, Paraguay is doing well. A whole battalion deserts. Terrible news have arrived from the front today, as apparently a full battalion made up of residents from the department of the Futaleufu have deserted today after a skirmish with the Argentinian army in the front line. With our efforts to conscript as much manpower as possible from whichever source we could find, proper screening of the political allegiance of recruits has been clearly undercut to facilitate recruitment, and this could probably come as no surprise to us. To add insult to injury, the communists have been fast to point out that the column had a clear lack of commissars, further challenging our government's decision to refuse their implementation and polarizing the situation even further. Damn deserters, and there goes another 20 political power and 500 manpower. Terrific! More good news! Let's try to get over here to the border with Uruguay, and then we can, yeah, we're gonna, because we are winning. I know I'm complaining and stuff, but we are winning. The encirclements have been good. You know, we're strangling them of resources. There's nothing to seriously complain about. Yeah, we're gonna kill that division, that division. Okay, cool. So this division is trying to go south there. The fall of New York City. Excuse me? Want to run that by me again? Are the Federalists making a comeback out of Boston? I thought Boston had fallen. Wow. The dreams of an attaché dead. Oh, look, come on, Paraguay, take this tile right here, baby. Okay, that's all going well. These guys are getting on the front lines over there and over there. The tank is dead. That's dead. Whew. They've taken 38,000 casualties. I've taken 6,000 though, so let's not jump for joy. Good ratios though when you get right down to it. I think we've got to do veteran instructors. I think in 28 days, that's 28 and change political power. But yeah, we probably don't need to be continuing to improve relations with a country we're never going to be able to send an attaché to. Here we go. God, that's annoying. I'm still just going to not take anything. We got our land doctrine. A lot of this stuff, it's just going to give us negative effects later. I guess we could request rifles, but yeah, actually we do need the rifles, yeah. Come on, keep moving up here. No. Pin them down. Actually, yeah, the communists, you come here. Communist Expeditionary Force, that's what you need to be doing. Mozambique Bush War has begun between Middle Africa and Portugal. Always a fun time. Man, breaking into Buenos Aires is gonna be such a pain with those German units there. Holding on to it. Oh, one of them's moving. Yeah, one's moving over there to the front. Halt. Come up here. I don't think there's any divisions up here, but it'll be nice to encircle it just in case. Okay, no. Come here and then here, like that. Yeah, we're getting there. We are certainly getting there, but until Buenos Aires falls, there's only so much to be done. Worth so much too, 40 points. Okay, take Cordoba, that's worth 20, that ain't nothing. So let's see, they're at 58%. Okay, and then as soon as I take Cordoba, they go to 72%. Yeah, we just gotta get into Buenos Aires. Gonna be a little tricky. We're gonna have to end up squeezing them for ages. Oh. We could speed things up a little bit right now. I think they're basically just down to the divisions they have here. Yeah. We're not at war with Bolivia or anything. Paraguay's doing good work. Loving all these green bubbles I'm seeing here. The capture of Cordoba. Well, that was a minute ago, but With the fall of Plaza Italia and the town hall, Cordoba is now loosely under control. While the streets will take weeks to pacify, one of the most important industrial hubs of the nation is now under control, and many of the unionized industrial workers that had been previously unable to join our fight in the south and are finally able to volunteer our forces, further bolstering our strength. So that was good for stability and war support. Oh, and we got another division. Isn't that fun? Tell you what, here's what we're going to do. Let's, yeah, start assembling everybody around here. Like, you know, the Chileans, I'm sure, can deal with these pockets on their own. They're big boys. Bulgaria and Siberia have ended their hostilities. So who won? Sardom has been restored. Oh, wow. They rushed it, didn't they? Oh, no, it's Kirel. Oh, okay. Kirel, you know, that's... Never mind. The Bulgarian government has been overthrown, so they lost. Did they go socialist? Aye! Chuikov has been wounded! In bringing the battle to a successful conclusion, it seems General Vasily Chukov puts himself at a bit too much risk while leading his men. He has been wounded and will likely take some time for the wounds to fully heal, at which time the general will not be performing at his usual level. Wounded, huh? Could take 90 days. Well, let's bring somebody else in. You know what? We could bring in this weirdo, but I think it'll be more fun if we bring in Hannah Ford. Show a little gratitude for having rescued you, you know? Hold on, I think this tile is open. Thank you. It's going to be such a crunch. I don't think we're going to get lucky where the AI does that thing where they stupidly leave their capital open. You guys know what I'm talking about? We ain't that kind of lucky. So all we could do is squeeze them. Chile sends rifles, 1,000 guns. But really, 800 guns? That was weird. International guns. Please, thank you. And after that, I don't think there's anything else I really want to do here. Oh, no, we have another land doctrine here. It's going to take a while. Let's see, 1414. Take like 2 months. Hopefully the war is not still going in 2 months. Gosh, I cannot believe how long these two divisions have lasted. Diego Abda de Staian publishes his book After the Revolution. The famous anarchist economist and writer Ciencio Badillo Garcia Fernandez, better known as Diego Abed de Santillan, has finally published in a Chilean printing press what is fastly becoming a masterpiece in anarchistic political writing. In his book, Santillan analyzes both countries and explains in detail the steps needed to turn both economies into fully working anarchist states. While he does state that a minimal level of control will be required, his writings are one of the first in the history of anarchism to detail an economic plan and will prove extremely useful if anarchists manage to achieve victory in our country. A fine work, compañero. Whoa. Didn't feel good about that click. I guess construction. Let's start thinking about after the war, because we're certainly going to have repairs to be done, I'm sure. There we go. Yep, those... Oh, Indochina lost. It's so rare I see them win anymore. Okay, we can at least keep pushing these Marines. And then what I think I want to do, we can at least maybe try to surround Buenos Aires. You know what? Let's just go to... Let's see, the Indo-Chinese Revolution defeated. Yep. Real shame. Crying ass shame. Here we go. Now the French are actually using their tanks. Thank you. Okay, let's go to 5 speed. So there's no way we're going to be able to get any of the other stuff done. So after we're done with the International's guns, let's just stop taking things until we can send the attaché once again. Now, how long is it? How fast is our improvement expiring? It takes a while. Yeah, only -3 a month. We're good. We're good. We'll be okay. Syndicalism has prevailed in the Ukraine. Ooh, bully for us. Is the corn girl? I forget her name. Is she? No. Wait, what? Did it just say syndicalism triumphed in Ukraine, or was that somewhere else? Am I taking crazy pills? Huh. Poland ended up going with Austria. That's it! That's game! Woo! Thanks for the artillery. Nice. A red okay. A red Argentina rises. Haha. Yes. I like the color too. I think I've mentioned that before. This kind of a rustic red, and not rustic red, that's not the word. It's like a red but dark burnt, bit of purple in there maybe, I don't know. But victory for the revolution! Starting as a small insurrection in the south, and after years of planning and waiting, we have successfully defeated the reactionary government in Buenos Aires and sent them into exile. With our leaders consolidating the power of the workers in the capital, we have decided to formally declare the Argentine Republic fully suspended, and instead have opted to proclaim the new Argentine Commune. With this victory for the proletariat in one of the most unlikely places, we may act as an inspiration for socialists worldwide and help the Internationale achieve its world revolution soon enough. Great! Now, what's next on the revolutionary agenda? 250 political power, baby! Ooh, minus 25% stability. We just can't even get to 20 on it, can we? We get a popularity of a lot of non-far leftist, party ideologies because we're absorbing the rest of the country. Massive rallies against our government throughout the country. Okay. What is this? Isla Malvinas to the integration. Oh, this will give us cores on the islands, like the Falklands and stuff. Cool. We can now begin the oil extraction, which I think we shall, but also, don't think I've forgotten, we're going to immediately send this attaché so we can start farming army experience up there. And we might actually send some volunteers out here. Yeah, well, let's send Zukov to go help out in Spain. Great. Minus 76 stability. Oh my gosh. So we have a couple of new things that are happening now. Let's go through them. We're still considered an illegitimate republic. Resource exploitation. Okay, that helps me. Economic fallout of the revolution is hurting our daily political power gain by 25, like a quarter of a point a day. Resource gain efficiency's down. Construction speed's way down. Stability's down. We've got resistance to socialism. We've got administrative chaos. So we're actually going to be losing almost a point a day. We got to change things up quickly. Oh, it canceled the focus. Why? That's bullshit. So we just wasted 27 political power or something like that? 20? Does not own Buenos Aires. Shit. Okay, against all odds, we stand triumphant. Our country may be rubble, and our people may need to adapt to this for a time, but let's not forget that it was us workers who got this country up and running, and as such, we shall do so again. We'll become free, we'll get political power, we'll get stability, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be beautiful. Beautiful, I say, people. Okay. That's great. So, I don't know, let's, I guess, get on the border with Brazil or something. Can we justify? No. World tension's not high enough. Well, now what we might do is we might do the trade union congress kind of quickly. Oh, yeah, actually we have to before we go down here. Damn, I was thinking about rushing to this research slot. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the trade union first. The capture of Buenos Aires with the fall of Darcena Norte and Puerto Madero, Buenos Aires is now officially under our control. While the streets will take weeks to... Yeah, you know, same thing as before. We get stability and war support. Chile asks for Tierra del Fuego as reparations for their help in the war against Argentina. So this is here, right? You know what? We're going to give that to them because border gore. So if you have a problem with that, take it up with the people who are always crying and... you know, just wailing and putting ash on their foreheads every time. They're like, the border gore. Yeah, go right ahead, boys. Okay, so, yeah, so we got an extra militia because we took that. So that's cool. So, what is the next game plan? We can have up to 35 divisions now. And we got a whole lot of cores, although we're demobilizing. Why? Okay, well, anyway, let's come over here now. These aren't exactly this isn't exactly a tank division, so we're not really. I don't think we're going to be able to do that much to help with the war, but we'll do what we can, I suppose. Gotcha. Massive rallies against our government throughout the country, despite the fact our armies have liberated the populace from their bourgeois oppressors. Many have taken to the streets to protest our takeover, especially as they consider that the country has been taken over by tyrants. Many political parties, like the UCR, the PDP, the PND, and the UCRA, continue to stoke the fires even further, calling this a return to the old ways of the corrupt PAN that had kept a fraudulent grip on the country not even 2 decades earlier. While our forces are already in the field trying to disperse the protesters, it's clear that, outside of the traditional industrial proletariat, we lack any significant support. In order to solidify our administration, we will begin to improve our legitimacy, like we did in Patagonia when the revolution began, and prove to the nation we're not just another tool of oppression against the people. Call for a Congress of Trade Unions. We need to solve this democratically. Okay, great. So we've got some resistance to occupation in a couple areas here. I think that's going to be pretty easy to fix. Let's just make sure we've got our Patagonian riders fighting the resistance. And let's go ahead and put actually remove that. Let's put an armored car in there. A little bit of hardness, I think it'll go a long way. Oh my gosh, and then just like that, because we're not producing armored cars, there's your problem. That explains it. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Shit. There we go. That's not great. That's not good at all, actually. Let's see. We can support the CSA if we wanted. We can join the Flanster International. Definitely want to do that. It's free, and it's going to help with our research, which is very important because we only have 2 slots at the moment. So just get it where you can. Okay. Election for the 9th Fora Congress Trade Union. I think that this is just temporary. But still, we'll do the RNG for it. With the upcoming Trade Union Congress, the Fora of the 9th Congress, a major splinter of the Fora made up of moderate socialists, has begun their internal discussions to select a delegation. With the revolution coming home, however, the power of the traditionally pacifist and moderate faction of the Fora is waning. With the radicalization caused by the victory of the Frente Obrero, Manuel Baldomero Ugarte has risen to prominence with his revolutionary ideals of revolutionary socialism paired up with militant anti-imperialism, as opposed to Alfredo Palacio and Alicia Justo de Moereich, who had become the symbols of evolutionary socialism in the Argentinian political scene. Not unsurprising for the socialists, it was decided that a vote was to be held. And as an emergency session is called and votes for the candidates are counted, the faction that comes out on top is... So this is the person who's going to be in charge of the Radical Party, which right now is Manuel Baldomero Ugarte. Oh, you know what? I think that we need to... Because I think if we do the moderates, that's what opens us to... Oh no, it's just like, so right now this is going to determine what's open or not, but I think that if we do the Justo Palacios thing, that you can get the Socialist Party moderates, which are actually social liberals included in there, which is very interesting. Like, it's one thing to see social democrats sometimes involved in post-revolutionary countries in Kaiserreich, but social liberals, that's quite unusual. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do a cut, and we're going to make a save file, okay? Just for, you know, for the potential if I want to make a guide or not. Okay, we're already back. So let's generate a new number. Hold on a second. Okay, so 1 to 2, of course, and generate, and the winner is number 1, which is the Justo Palacios Coalition, and we're going to get a follow-up event, I guess. What's it going to say? Election of the USA. So again, this is, I think, just giving us potential options. So like you could have Soto. No, Soto's here because he's with the anarchists. Or you could go Giovanni, which is anarchist radicals. So it's, you know, you got different things here, and we can't really even see what they're all going to do because some of them, it just says the what do you call it? It just has the events. It doesn't say what the events do. With the union of the fora of the 5th Congress, with several autonomous syndicates, the USA has become the main agitator for revolutionary syndicalism in Argentina. USA meaning the, again, Union de Sindicos Argentinos. And with the FOP's victory, it has become one of the main contesters for power for the upcoming TUC. However, the revolution has left deep divides on the leadership. The moderate faction, led by the current chairman and now revolutionary hero Antonio Soto, and the now statesman and figurehead of the movement Emilio Lopez Arango, they plan on simply passing anarchist reforms to try and slowly accustom Argentina into the anarchist ideals, trying to compromise with the existing forces in the country rather than forcing them to comply. On the opposite end sits the faction led by Severino de Giovanni and Rodolfo Gonzalez Pacheco, whose staunch anti-reactionary stance and strong advocacy for cultural revolution are starting to gain traction within the USA. Regardless of their stance, the Assembly's decision is sacred for both, and at the end of the day a vote is held to see how, okay, that says how, that's probably supposed to say like who will represent the USA and the TUC. So let's generate. We got number 2. Di Giovanni has managed to achieve a majority. What's going on? Okay, it says these are 4 provinces. They're not. Here we go. Okay. How bad is the resistance here? 29. It's rising. What do I have them doing? Civilian oversight? No. Let's go with the local police force. Okay, the Union Democrática backs Justo and Palacios. This is the event before last. Response. With the fall of the Republican government, the Democratic parties that remained, that wished for a return to the old semi-presidential system and the restoration of the old constitution, have come together and formed the Union Democrática, encompassing the PDN, the UCR, and the UCRA, and the PSI. So those are the Partido Democrática Nacional, the Union Cívica Radical, the Union Cívica Radical Antipersonalista, and the... I don't know who the PSI are. Maybe it's supposed to mean the PDP, the Partido Democrática Progresista. Anyway, with the victory of Justo and Palacios in their trade union, they have announced their support for the Congress and have stated they are more than willing to cooperate with the PS so long as they can all restore the multi-party democracy that Argentina enjoyed before the reactionary coups in 1930 and 1936. The socialists might be in league with reactionaries. So it's now like all a single party. Yeah, here. It's all just the UD, the Union Democrática. All the centrist parties, so to speak. Okay, well, we shall now determine the direction of our nascent state and the status of the revolution. So, not everything has been cut off, but, you know, we've got different possibilities still. So like Giovanni is still around, so in theory we should be able to still go this. We could still do Socialist Party moderates, and I think we could still do Communist supremacy. So currently the radical socialists under Palacios are the most powerful. And then when you figure that they're in league with the moderates, they probably are going to win, but we probably get to choose no matter what, or we'll see. As the new trade union delegates arrive at the Congress, tensions are quickly rising between formerly politically aligned groups. While no major incidents have been reported as of yet, insulting comments, shouting matches, and even some fistfights have been cited between different political militias. Some of the delegates have condemned the violence and the seeming disunity within what's supposed to be a victorious united front. But other delegates have kept their silence regarding the situation, and many outlets are already speculating whether this means further violence will come down the road. Solidarity forever, right? So much chaos. Okay, we need to grab something if we're going to grab it. This is the time to do it. And I think industry is the way I want to go. Yeah. Okay, and oh yeah, I need to try to remember next time not to lose track of what's going on up here. Yep, we're going to lose that. Okay, yes, I don't think our volunteers are really going to be able to help too much, but thank you very much for joining me. So cool, we're now in control of Argentina. Awesome. We got to have this trade union congress though before we can figure out what our next plan is. I don't know if we're going to try to take over the whole continent or if we're just going to do our part in the war. But we've also got a nice steady amount of army experience coming in, so pretty happy about that from the attaché. I'm Conquering History Games, and I'll see you next time.